In this video, we're going to look at how we use formulas to help us calculate numbers within our Excel spreadsheets. So with our spreadsheet here that we started in activity 1, looking at a budget for an event that we're planning, um, we've got a few cells down here where we're trying to calculate the total income for the number of guests. So if we have 10 guests and the ticket price is $50 a ticket, well, how much income will we make from those 10 guests? And obviously this example is pretty straightforward. Most of us can do 50 times 10 in our heads fairly comfortably. All right, some of us may not, and that's okay. That's the whole point of having Excel, to do it for us. But how we do it is we get Excel to calculate it for us using what's called a formula. All right, so a formula, you might have heard that term in your maths class before, but it's just the method of calculating the answer for unknown numbers. But in this case, we're actually going to tell Excel what numbers to use. So what we're going to do is in cell B16, so I'm currently in there. If you're not, just give it a click. We're going to type equals. So equals is the indicator for Excel that, oh, this is a formula. I need to start doing some calculations. All right, we're going to say B13. So B13, you can see, represents the ticket price. And we're just going to times it by 10. All right, because we have 10 guests, $50 a ticket. We press enter and you'll see it says 500. All right, so we know 50 times 10 is 100, so we know Excel's done it correctly. All right, you might be wondering what happened to that formula. All right, if we click back in cell B16, you'll actually see the formula pops up here. So this little section just above the cells is what we call the formula bar. You can see as I hover over it, that's what it comes up with. So if we want to adjust this formula to say it's only 9 guests, it will do that. All right, if I want to go back to it, I have to click back in it and change it back to 10. All right, and so once we've got the formula set up as well, we can do things like, say we want to change the ticket price to 60. All right, it automatically recalculates it for us. All right, so we don't have to go back and redo all of these calculations. So formulas are really handy in that once they're set up, we can change the numbers and it will change the output because Excel will automatically update the calculation. All right, so we're just going to do that same process for these cells. So B13 times, we've got 20 guests, so we'll say times 20. B13 times 50. Again, we're typing this out. We're avoiding the temptation of copy and paste because we want to spend time interacting and practicing these skills. So equals B13 times 200. Okay, so we've now got a situation where we've got our total incomes for all of our different numbers of guests. All right, so I guess, again, this is a pretty simple example. So, if you're doing this for your assignment and Mr. Lawson or another teacher wants to check to make sure you haven't cheated, all right, in the sense of, oh, I knew it was 500, so I've just put 500 in there. All right, you can actually demonstrate or show the formulas in the cells. So how we do that is we go to formulas from the top menu. All right, and you'll see over towards the right-hand side, there's a section called Formula Auditing. If we click on Show Formulas, all right, you'll see that it changes the cell into the formulas. So you can actually, see at a glance all of the formulas you've got. As I said, it's good for teachers to check that you're actually using the formulas, but it's also good for students in the sense you can actually see, how those numbers were calculated. All right, but I'm just going to hide that back because, again, for the budget, we really only want to see the numbers. So that's how we use formulas. In the next video, we're going to look at using built-in functions in Excel.